Alright guys, so yesterday we were graphing in vertex form, so I know you guys are pretty confident with that. The one bad thing about vertex form is it doesn't give you roots. It doesn't give you that many points right off the bat. So if you can find your roots, automatically you already found a couple points. Okay, so that's what we're going to go over today. So first of all, Jonathan, what is the equation for vertex form?
Wow.
On the spot, man.
I forgot.
This guy, help him out. No.
Something x squared?
No, vertex form. F of x.
He's using your notes.
I never said you couldn't use your notes.
Use your brain.
No, use your notes. I mean, yeah, use your brain too, but yeah. What is it? F of x equals what? Uh-huh.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
Vertex form, guys. Are we good? All right, so we're going to graph one right now. Okay, so we have that guy right there. And I'm just going to graph this, and if at any point you're like, what are you doing? Please stop me.
What are you doing?
Already?
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to figure out a way to graph this nicely. All right, so I'm going to start with my vertex, guys. I'm going to look at my function, and I can easily tell what my vertex is. My vertex will be what, guys?
2 and a 2.
2 and -2. So I'm going to put that on my graph. So I'm going to go over 2 and down -2. Okay, and now I'm going to write my axis of symmetry. It goes right down my vertex. And that's all I'm going to do for now. Because next, what I'm going to show you guys is how to find the roots. Okay? I want you to think about something. If I was trying to find my y-intercept, and you don't have to write this down, this is just kind of a little inside note. If I want to find my y-intercept, how would my coordinate always be? What would always be 0? Would x always be 0? Because a y-intercept is always an x and a y coordinate. But for the y-intercept, one of these is always 0. Which one? X is always 0, and then you'll get some random y value, right?
Yeah.
That's the y-intercept. And if you're trying to find your y-intercept from vertex form, you can. So if I'm trying to find my y-intercept in vertex form, all I would have to do is f of what? F of 0. So I could just do 0 minus 2 squared minus 2 and solve that, and you can. So I'll do that right now. So 0 minus 2 is -2 squared minus 2. -2 squared is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. And then 8 minus 2 is 6. So I know that I have a y-intercept at 0 what? 0, 6. Which is cool and all, but that's not what I'm looking for. I know I have a y-intercept right there. And since I also found that, what else did I find? I found 0, 6. What else did I find?
What's called the mirror.
What's the other point? It is the mirror. What's the other point?
4 and 6.
4 and 6. So I have 0, 6 and 4 and 6. Now, I don't want to... Yeah, go ahead, dude.
So, to solve it, you just put the number you want inside of the x.
Yeah, and that'll give you your coordinate. However, that's given like you get to choose your x, right? The roots are a little bit different. This is what I want you to notice from roots. Notice the difference. Roots are also going to be, they're also going to be coordinates, but in this case, we're going to get a random x, and we're going to get 0 for y. So it's like we're working backwards almost. So the bad thing, the hard thing about working with roots is it's not that we can plug in. Notice how right now we plugged in 0 for x, right? So we can't plug in f of 0. This is what gets students all the time. This might get you, hopefully pay attention right now so it doesn't. When we're trying to find the y-intercept, what did I plug in for x? 0. Some of you guys, you're going to try to find the roots, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to plug in a 0 right there. Why would that be wrong?
Because it's not x.
It's not x. So to find the roots, what you have to do is, it's the entire f of x, not just the x coordinate, but the entire f of x. This is what I mean by it. So my function is f of x equals 2 parentheses x minus 2 squared minus 2. Okay? Did that just glitch? That was weird. Okay? What I'm going to do here is, which value do I know? Do I know what x is, or do I know what y is? This entire thing represents y, not just the thing inside of the parentheses, but the whole thing. So f of x is 0. So you would have to do it like this. 0 equals 2 parentheses x minus 2 squared minus 2. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
So it's not a function of 0, it is 0. Okay, so you're setting it equal to 0 to find the roots. And then you can just solve this. So unfortunately, this is where integrated 3 starts to get ugly. You guys ready? Okay, here we go. I'm stretched out. I'm ready to go. This is what I have to deal with first. X minus 2 squared is not x squared plus 4. X minus 2 squared is not x squared plus 4.
Oh, it's negative.
Yeah.
Plus
Yep.
2.
What does x minus 2 squared mean, guys? It means this. It means 0 equals 2 parentheses x minus 2 times what?
X plus 2.
It's x minus 2 times x minus 2. You're squaring that, right? It's that number times that number.
Oh, yeah.
Are we okay with that?
But wouldn't it be subtracted by 2 at the end?
Yeah, subtracted by 2 at the end. Just like that. Okay? We still have to deal with this. Do you guys all remember FOIL?
Yeah.
You have to do FOIL. So x times x gives you what? X times negative 2 gives you? Negative 2 times x gives you? And negative 2 times negative 2 gives you? Positive 4. And we still have what outside of it?
Negative 2.
We still have a 2 in the front and a minus 2 right there. So now we have to just, well, I'm going to simplify inside of the parentheses. Okay, so I'm going to do this. X squared minus 4x plus 4. Is everybody okay where the negative 4x came from? Okay, and now I have to distribute. So 2 times x squared and I still have the minus 2 on the outside. Any questions so far? Because we're about halfway there. Yep. Are we good? Yeah, this one, these take a while. So there's going to be 2x squared minus 8x plus what? Plus 6. And all of this is equal to what? 0. By setting this equal to 0 and finding out what x is, you're going to find out what value you have to plug in for x for this to be 0, basically. Okay? So now look, now that you're here, Now comes the kind of hard part. So 0 equals 2x squared minus 8x plus 6. What kind of form is this in, guys? Yes? Yes, but you don't want to do that yet, okay? I'm going to show you guys how to do this first, okay? This is in standard form, right? So we all know what a, b, and c is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an x. And on the top, I'm going to multiply a times c. So what would a times c be?
12.
That's 12. Just 12. Just 12. Just a and b, not the x's or anything like that. Just a and c. Does everybody understand where 12 came from?
Yes. AC.
Okay. And on the bottom, I'm going to put b. What's b?
-8.
This is where you guys have to guess and check, basically. I need a number that's going to multiply to positive 12 and add up to negative 8.
6 and 2. But then -2 is right.
Negative 2 and what?
And 6.
Okay. Now look,
No.
I'm going to highlight something for you guys. Please pay attention. I'm going to highlight that negative 8. And I'm going to highlight this negative 2 and negative 6. What is negative 2 plus negative 6? It's negative 8, right? What we're doing, the reason we did this is I'm trying to rewrite this as 2x squared, and I'm trying to rewrite the negative 8x. I'm rewriting it as negative 2x minus 6x. Because what is negative 2x minus 6x? It's negative 8x, right? So it's still the same thing, I just wrote it differently. You guys still with me? Okay, I'll stop right there. I'll take any questions you guys have right now. Or do you not know what questions to ask at this point?
Why didn't you write it again?
I'm gonna ask you, what's the point of that?
I got you.
What's the point of
I got you. So the point of this is that we are going to group them. The first parentheses, does it have anything in common? They have something in common. What do 2x squared and negative 2x have in common? They have a 2 and a what? And if I take a 2 and an x away from them, inside I'm left with x minus 1. Do you guys agree? Are you guys confused what happened there?
Yes.
Okay, so basically what I did, here, I'll move this down. I factored something out, and what I factored out of this was a 2x from each one. What is 2 divided by 2, guys? That's 1. That's that 1 right there. And x squared divided by x? That's where I got my red x from. Over here, 2x divided by 2x? That's 1, right? Here, I'll go up to the board so you guys can see it. Start off with this guy, and I notice that they both have a 2 in common and an x. So I'm going to divide it out. So I just did the work here. 2 divided by 2 is what?
1.
It's 1. X squared divided by x is 1x, right? Just x. 2x divided by 2x is 1. But what did I factor out? Factor out a 2x. You guys see what I did there? Okay. We're going to do right now. Okay. So in the next parentheses, what do they have in common?
So 6.
But I want to take out a negative. I don't want my leading one to be a positive, so I'm going to take out a negative 6. And then to find out what goes inside of the parentheses, I'm going to divide both of them by negative 6. Which leaves me with what? Good. Not plus. Minus 1. Because you're dividing. Okay, you guys okay? Now look. This is how you know you're doing this right. Do you guys notice anything about the stuff I highlighted?
The same thing.
They're the same. That's how you know you did this right. Because that's going to be one of your factors. So x minus 1 is one of your factors. And where do you guys think you get the other one from? What's left over? But all of this was, it was just rewriting stuff, right? All of this is still equal to what?
I mean, what the X minus 1 come from?
The x minus 1?
Yeah, where did it come from again?
It's the highlighted blue.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So now what we have to do now, it's the easy part. Now we just have to break it up into x minus 1 equals 0. Go ahead and solve that. So we would just add what? Add 1 to both sides. So one of my roots is 1. What that root means is that when x equals 1, what does y equal? 0. We found a root. My other root I find from 2x minus 6 equals 0. Solve for x. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. 2x equals 6. Divide both sides by 2. And x equals 3. What that also tells me is that when x equals 3, what's y? 0. We found our roots. So I can go back to my graph. There's 2 roots, yeah. Because it's a parabola, right? So it's going to... Those are your roots. Okay? This is the new thing. Finding those things right there. It's a lot. But just like everything I showed you guys, it's a lot at the beginning. Okay? I showed you every single step. Steps, you guys, as you get better, you start skipping stuff. Yeah? Yeah.
So why couldn't we, over here, this part, why couldn't we find the greatest common factor, which would be 2? Why couldn't we do
You
it?
can, but sometimes you see how, look, this is what I wanted to show you right here. The leading coefficient of x squared is 2, right? Sometimes you won't be able to take it out. It won't have a common factor. You won't be able to take it out, and then you're gonna get stuck because you won't know what to do. That's why I showed you guys this way. Okay. Should we do another one? Or how many of you guys still need to copy this down? Okay, how about this? This is gonna be uploaded. Should we try another one? And then you guys could just copy this down at home? Do another one?
That's a lot of steps.
It is a lot of steps. Okay.
That's what we have to do on the homework tonight.
But this one, the homework isn't due until Thursday. Okay. So start it. See where you're having trouble with. That way when you come in tomorrow, I can help you guys out with it. Like I said, guys, it seems like a lot right now. As you get better with them, you clean it up, and it's not that bad. Okay. Let me get a good one over here. Okay. You guys ready? You guys just want to follow along, or you guys want me to just follow? Okay. Does it help when I break it down into what I'm doing, like sections?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Together, then we'll get it.
Okay, let's do that. I'll put my graph over here on the side to stay as organized as I can. Everybody ready? First thing I need to find is my vertex. And you guys already know what that would be. What would my vertex be?
4 and 4.
4 and 4. But you guys aren't worried about that. You know how to do that already. Which way is this going to open? It's going to open down, right? So I'm not going to draw it yet, but I know that this opens down.
I said concavity in Mr. Zimmerman's class and he got mad.
What did he call it?
No, he just said, you don't know fancy words.
Huh?
I agree with them.
He got mad because it was a big word.
Oh.
He's like, just stay down.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
okay.
for real. He's not wrong. It's just stay down. Okay.
And I was like, okay, the hump is down.
Okay, hold up. I confused the problems. This one's gonna be ugly, so let's change it to x minus 2 squared. Okay. So same stuff. Only thing is my vertex is now what? My vertex is now positive 2 and 4. So up 2 and up 4. Okay, you're good. All right, so this is the part that you guys are. This is the new stuff right now. The stuff that I'm gonna do. So the first thing I want to do. So I guess we'll call it step 1. Step 1 is I set it equal to 0. Okay, so I set my function equal to 0. So if I set my function equal to 0, it's going to be 0 equals negative parentheses x minus 2 squared plus 4. That's not a bad step, right? Okay, now step 2. And if this seems like a lot of steps, that's because I'm trying to break it down as much as we can. After a while, you'll kind of blur your steps together. Step 2 is to simplify. And what I mean by simplify is it's going to include FOIL. Okay. You with me? Okay. All right. So let's go with 0 equals, I have that negative. I'm going to put it as a negative 1 just so I don't forget the negative there. Negative 1 is a lot more visual than just a negative sign. X minus 2 times what? Now look, in this one, I'm not going to write every single step. I'm going to start to do some of these things in my head. Okay? X times x is what? X times negative 2 is? Negative 2 times x is? And negative 2 times negative 2 is? Still need to simplify a little bit. So it's going to be negative 1 x squared minus 4x plus 4 plus 4. Everybody good so far? Okay, remember all of this is just simplifying. So then it's going to be negative x squared plus 4x minus 4 plus 4. We're done simplifying so far? We just have to do negative x squared plus 4 plus what? Plus 0, right? All this is still equal to what, though?
Wait, is it 4x or just 4?
4x, sorry. All this is still equal to 0 the entire time, right? Now I'm going to go to step 3. Step 3 is to factor. Okay? We're in standard form now, right? So we know what A, B, and C is. So I'm going to draw an X. And on the top part of the X, it's A times C. It's just 0. And on the bottom, it's just B, which is what? I need numbers that are going to multiply to 0 and add up to 4. 0 and 4. So I'm going to rewrite this. Okay, now that I've factored, I guess I'll make this a different step. I'll write it over here. So it's not going to be just f of x. I'm sorry. It's not going to be 0 equals negative x squared plus 4x plus, why do I keep forgetting that x? Plus 4x plus 0. But I want to rewrite this 4x. And I rewrite it as what? Negative x squared plus what? 4x plus what? Think of it over here. The whole reason that we factored is it allows us to rewrite the middle, that middle one. So 4x plus what? Think of this one as your 4x, and the other one is your, what is that one, guys? So you see this highlighted? This is what I'm trying to do over here. This highlighted 4x, I want to rewrite it. Not 2x plus 2x, because do you see the factored one? So check it out. I'll go up here. The whole reason we factor, guys, is that I can rewrite this. Yes, 2x times 2x is, or 2 times 2 is 4, but 2 plus 2 is not 0. So by doing this, it helps this and this one also. So 0x plus 4x is what? 4x, right? So I have to rewrite this guy using these two factors in it. So this is going to be negative x squared, and then I'm going to use these guys to rewrite the 4x. Okay? Let me show you guys. So it's going to be negative x squared. I'm going to bring down the negative x squared. Plus 4x. This one right here. That 4x plus what?
0x.
Plus 0x plus what?
0.
Plus 0. You don't need to write the zeros, but I'm just writing them just because, okay? I was hoping that we'd get an example without that, but that's what we got right here. Okay? What do the first ones have in common, guys? Remember, we're going to do this. Okay? First ones have an x in common, right? I'm going to take a negative x out. And then, so it's basically we're dividing by negative x. Okay, so we're going to left with what? 1x plus what? Or 1x minus 4. And this one's, it's basically gone. But all of this is equal to what, guys? So now I can solve. So if I have negative x equals 0, what's x? X is 0. So x is 0. And the other one is going to be 1x minus 4 equals 0. What's x? Basically add 4 to both sides. X is what? X is 4. So I have my two roots. One of my roots is at 0, and the other root is at what? I got you. Let me just write it over here. One of my roots is there, and the other root is there. I got you, Jonathan. I have a feeling we're going to do another example, yeah?
Give us a problem one.
You do need 5 points to graph it, but not for this homework. For this homework, all I'm asking for is your vertex, axis of symmetry, and your roots. So 3 points I'm good with. Okay? Do you guys want me to do one question out of the homework? Well, you know what? We got 3 minutes. So, okay, I got you guys. So tomorrow we'll do the homework in class, okay? And that way you guys already have examples from the homework when you go home and do it. But please start it, okay? I'll leave this. I'll